Morbid Facts, Part 586. When legendary baseball player Ted Williams died in 2002, his head was cryogenically frozen by the Alcor Life Extension Foundation so that he could potentially be revived in the future. But according to a former employee, his severed head was badly mishandled and allegedly used for batting practice with a wrench inside of the lab. Alcor has denied these dark allegations. In Washington state, a man tried to heat up a lava lamp on his stovetop for unknown reasons. The lamp exploded like a grenade, sending a shard of glass into his chest and puncturing his heart. He was found dead on his kitchen floor, surrounded by wax and broken glass. In 2016, a woman from China was found mummified inside an elevator at her apartment complex. A power outage had shut the lift down and no one realized she was inside. After power returned, no one checked the elevator for more than a month, and at some point she likely died from dehydration. When maintenance workers finally found her body, her hands were completely mangled and claw marks were found inside the elevator, as she desperately attempted to pry the doors open to free herself. Morbid Facts, Part 434. This surveillance image shows 14-year-old Noah Donahoe riding his bike fully unclothed on the day he went missing while apparently heading to meet some friends in Belfast. 6 days later, his body was discovered in a storm drain, with an autopsy confirming drowning as the cause of death, but his family is convinced he was murdered. Earlier this year, 41-year-old Ohio mother Tamara Banks was sentenced to 9 years in prison for the death of her daughter. Banks and her husband fed the girl almost nothing but Mountain Dew through a baby bottle, causing her teeth to rot and a severe case of diabetes, which eventually killed her. During a Taiwanese concert in 2015, a large amount of colored cornstarch powder was sprayed into a crowd of 1,000 people, creating a dense dust cloud of flammable powder in the air. The powder suddenly ignited near the stage, causing a massive fireball that quickly spread throughout the crowd. Despite the fire only lasting about 40 seconds, over 500 people were injured while 17 were killed. Morbid Facts, Part 216. In 1980, a dingo kidnapped and killed an Australian couple's baby while they were camping, causing the mother to be sentenced to life in prison for murder because no one believed her story. But 3 years later, the clothes of the baby were found near a dingo den and the woman was exonerated. Boston Corbett, the man who killed John Wilkes Booth, later castrated himself with a pair of scissors to avoid the temptation of prostitutes. The smell of a freshly cut lawn is actually a chemical distress signal released by the grass as it's being cut. In other words, you're smelling the screaming souls of the innocent. There's an extremely rare condition called Stoneman syndrome that causes muscles and tissues to slowly regrow into bone. People affected by this illness slowly turn into living statues as they get older. It's the only known medical condition that causes one organ system to literally change into another, and it has no cure or treatment options. Adult patients eventually have to decide on what position they wish to take for the rest of their lives, either lying down or sitting up.